Should probably have planned this. All right, so we've got a Corvette update, but if you're sick of the Corvette stuff and you want to know about the Probe and Buick, hang on to the end or skip to the end, whatever. Watch at the end, because there's Probe and Buick stuff at the end. But right now we're gonna do some Corvette stuff.
Selfie stick. Selfie stick. I have a selfie stick. Corvette update. We have been sanding on the hood. We've been working on repairing some things. We had some damage there that's now filled and ready to go. Gotten all of these down. You can see the different layers. So that's clear coat. That's kind of another layer of clear coat, color coat. All right, clear coat. Color coat from the repaint. Clear coat. Oh, start over that. Ooh, cut. Anyway, clear coat, color coat from the repaint, original clear coat, original color coat, original sealer, another sealer, probably gel coat or something. Get over here. We had some damage down here. That is all puttied up, waiting for that to dry. Then I'll sand it off. You know, this is kind of you already see some scratching where we got the damage done, got rid of the damage, and now we're taking the damage back, building it back up. But the big thing today is back to the steering column. So you can see this is the steering column that came with the car in pieces, and you can see the damage to that thing. I tried to fill that in and was unsuccessful, so I ruined it. So I got a different column. This is a junkyard column. Got it out of a internet salvage parts place. They shipped quick. They were honest. It's dirty, but it's complete. It even came with the keys. So what I'm going to do is break this column all the way down, and then we're going to reassemble, hopefully, a working column with the parts from both of these. So basically I hope to dig into this column, you know, like the key there, that's snapped off, that's no good. So we're going to dig into this column, get these pieces out, and then reassemble them and hopefully end up with a good column. Okay, those are the pins. They don't quite fit in that hole, which is good. Let's check on this part of the housing here. Alright, so we are going to need to hone these holes up ever so slightly. So we're going to need to be super careful here. Don't want to take out more material than we need. Let's check.
the next day.
Big step towards being able to paint this car. Of course, the fun with this one is made in China. The louvers don't close. Don't do this while the fan's still spinning, kids. Alright, well, now we've got this mess of spare parts. Pieces down here. But the important part now is that after, I think, 2 months, we have steering column in the car. It does not flex. The tilt is fixed. Turn signals are working. High beams are working. And we're hooked up at the front. So this odyssey is now complete. The next thing we're going to have to determine is what to do about a steering wheel. This is the wheel that came with the car. It's clean, it's in good shape, but it's a plastic wheel. And if we go over here, there it is. The wheel that came with the steering column is actually a leather wheel. And it is well worn, but I might be able to get this refinished. We'll see. We've got time. We don't have to make a decision on this right now. Still sanding. We've got the hood done. You look. And this is sanded with 80 grit, which is really, really aggressive. But we wanted to get all of the, well, not all of it. I'm not taking all the clear coat off. We wanted to get the clear coat knocked down and into what was below. Got a couple bits of filler here still need to finish off. And basically, we grind through the clear coat and uncover, which is pull up the defects in the clear coat that were causing it to peel. So if we walk over here to the back of the car, right, we haven't gotten to this yet. We had spots on the hood, where the clear coat was damaged. And basically, you've got to get the damage ground down further enough back that you're not in risk of it coming up anymore. So, and knock it down. And when you start knocking it down with a really aggressive sandpaper, the defects start to happen. So, squeezing through. So, this is a good spot. So, we're on the nose here. And if we look at this spot right here, you can see I started sanding on this spot. This spot was a very good condition spot. It looked great. And as soon as I hit it with that 80 grit, this big chunk of clear coat just fell off. So if I had not, let's back that out a little. So if we had not hit this thing, of course this is the bottom, it's flipped upside down, nobody will ever see this, right? But if we hadn't hit that with the sandpaper to knock this down, that defect wouldn't have come off now, and it would have delaminated later after I repainted it. And that is not what we want. We want this paint job to last at least until I'm dead. So we're going to keep scuffing on this, get the nose done. We did the top half already in 150. We're doing the bottom now, and then we'll flip it around and do the shiny bits. These are kind of time consuming because they're weird curves, so I can't use them with a block. I gotta hand sand them. And then the next part we'll be doing is getting the rear bumper cover off of it and doing this to that, probably on this table too. Then we will get the windows rolled down and get the trim off the doors and start on the doors and the body. This is slow going. That hood took 3 weeks. So don't let the internet fool you. This stuff takes forever. Cheers. So we're out in the front garage right now, and we got the probe, we got the Buick behind us.
Coming up is the Pine Mountain Hill Climb. That is, if you're watching this as it's current, it's this upcoming weekend. Look for the, you can Google the Appalachian Hill Climb series, or you can Google Pine Mountain Hill Climb. You'll find it, check it out. Spectators are welcome. There will be buses on Saturday to get spectators from downtown Pineville to the course. So if you're in that area, we're kind of like right on the border between Eastern Kentucky and Tennessee. So check it out if you're in the region, if you're in Eastern Tennessee or Eastern Kentucky or even West Virginia or Virginia and you're in range, you want to come check it out, come check it out. Friday night we'll be in the town square with the cars, so the pro will be parked out there with everybody else's stuff. We'll be hanging out. Come find us. We'll answer questions, whatever you need to do. Some other people are going to be there. I mean, lots of other people are going to be there. There's 90 entrants. You know, Ryan Cheek Racing is going to be there. The whole Insane Hill Climb Posse is going to be there, which I made a note quite a while ago that's a silly name for a racing mafia, because I know they all know how magnets work. But we're going. We had a good autocross a couple weeks ago at CKR. I didn't even take the video cameras for that one because it was just an autocross, and I wanted to concentrate on dealing with the car. The car ran perfectly, no problems. So we're really optimistic that Pine Mountain's going to be a good event. Knock on wood. After Pine Mountain, we've got Laguna Seca. 3-day tow out, 3-day tow home, 3 days there. The Pine Mountain Hill Climb actually I think is going to be a great prep for Laguna Seca. And I say that because Laguna Seca is about a 2-minute lap in most cars. Fast cars, you know, you're down in the 130s, like with the really fast cars. You know, in a sim, in a Miata, I'm doing it in 156. In something a little more powerful, I'm doing it like 145. I have no idea what this one's going to do, but the hill climb is 2 minutes. It's 2 minutes. This car's done it in like 220 something with the clutch slipping all over the place. So we'll see what happens now that we got an upgraded clutch and it's not going to slip. But it's uphill the whole way, which puts a load on the powertrain, generates a lot of heat. There's hairpin turns and they're heavily banked, and that produces a lot of suspension articulation. So we're going to know if we're too low or we're bottoming out or having other problems. And then we have 2 weeks after the event to fix things before we have to leave. So fingers crossed we have a good event. I think Pine Mountain's going to be a good trial for Laguna Seca. Granted, the hill climb it's 2 minutes and then you're done. You're on a cool down. Laguna Seca, it's you know, there's a lot of high-speed sections with some airflow. They're going to keep the thing cool. So I don't think the heat's going to build up like it does at Pine Mountain, because we climb to the top of the hill and then you stop moving, right? So then you got to kind of turn around and pull up in a line, and you just let it idle until everything settles down. Laguna Seca, we're going to have airflow through it. So it's probably not going to be, you know, literally a lap at Laguna Seca is probably less stressful than a Pine Mountain run. Now, 15 laps during a 20-minute session, or 10 laps during a 20-minute session. We'll see how that pans out. But anyway, the Buick. What have we been doing with this? Since we're racing this, we've been driving it, like to the grocery store and to pick the kid up from school and some other stuff. And it's been fine. We made some suspension adjustments and helped with the parking lot maneuverability. We had a bind with the sway bars that we managed to fix. We've been tuning the shocks, amazingly. I don't know if you've been to Louisville, Kentucky recently, but our highways are garbage. They are bumpy. The pavement's in terrible shape. It looks like it's okay, but it is not smooth. So it's actually a great test bed for the adjustable shocks. So I think we've got those pretty dialed into where it's comfortable, which is awesome. And I'm not like comfortable, like floaty, like tight, comfortable, hit a bump, it's still under control. It's been just, you know, you drive it a week and then you make some tweaks and do that. We did have a bit of a scare. The oil pressure warning came on while I was driving to the grocery store the other day, and I was like, oh, that's not right. It went right off, and so we brought it home, and it was due for an oil change anyway. It holds 6 quarts. We drained 2.5. The valve covers were leaking, and they were leaking. When the valve covers on this car leak, they actually leak onto a cross under pipe for the exhaust, and valve covers leak when the car's running, not when it's sitting. So what would happen is that valve cover was leaking, both sides were leaking, down on that thing, and the oil vaporizes, and if you're driving down the road, it blows behind the car. The people behind you could smell it. I couldn't smell it. So it leaked a lot. We lost a lot of oil, and enough that it oil starved on the road, not bad. And then I was like, oh, so we drained it. We sent that sample off. We did have some extra iron in that sample, but not a terrible amount, which was dodged a bullet there. So we have fixed the leak. I'm going to keep a closer eye on the oil levels during this interval, and we'll see how that goes. But other than that, everything looks great on that one. And it's been interesting. You know, the air conditioning blows cold. I do have some panels for the T-tops. We're getting into warmer weather here, and having an open glass roof with an R12 system converted to 134, need to figure out a way to block the sun, but we'll get there. Anyway, those are the big updates. Stay tuned for a Pine Mountain Hill Climb episode with this. We're going to run cameras and telemetry, so we should have we're really hopeful that we have a good event and some cool stuff to show. So see you next time.